Hello everybody and welcome to the Go Big or Go Home review of the Vandy Vape Pulse. So, Vandy Vape, a little strange considering my review for last week was the Vupu, given everything that's gone on this week, but we just got these in at work and to be honest, I'm a big fan of Squonkers. I do quite like them. I've got the Athena. You can go and check that review on the channel. See what I thought of it there. A little bit different this one. A little bit cheaper. It's only £25. It's also 2700 battery, not your usual 18650s. It's a mech mod again. Squonk bottle. I do quite like. You can see all the mechanical workings here. It's a nice little design. Everything's blacked out inside, and although there is a yellow drip tip on here to match the battery, white plastic. The drip tip you normally get is white, so they do come in a variety of colours as well. There's blue, pink, there's white one, there's like a yellowy, goldy type colour as well. So there's all those colours there. If you want to customise, you can do. Standard goon drip tip, nothing special there, and it's the Pulse RDA. It is a Squonker. You do in the box get all the necessary pins and such to turn it into a normal RDA if that's what you want to do. You also get a little, like the little shotgun charge things that basically turn an 18650 into the size to fit a 2800 because they are a little bit taller, so an 18650 will not fit in here without your adapter. And you also get quite a nice black drip tip, just a standard drip tip really, but it's alright. Screwdriver, spare seals, 510 adapter. And also it's quite a nice feature, the screws that come with it are crosshead. You also get some Allen key style screws in there, so if you prefer them, they are in there. The RDA itself, it's alright, it's not bad. You get a nice flavour out of it. The build deck, my cotton's drying out there, but the build deck is quite a nice one. It's postless, so if you've not had any, let's give this a quick squonk before I take a dry hit. If you've not had any dealings with postless decks before, some of them can be quite tricky. This one, I didn't find it too bad to build on. I've talked one of the lads from the shop actually, who decided to get into his squonkers and his rebuildables. I talked him through a build on this. Pretty easy, maybe if you're brand new to building, go for something like a Velocity style RDA. They're much easier to build on. Posters can be a little bit tricky, but should be alright. Tons of vapor out of this. It's a very, very airy drawer on this RDA. You do have an adjustable airflow at the top. As you can see, there's the silver, and then that's wide open. So there is two holes on each side, and on the inside there's two sort of funnels pointing directly at the coil. I've noticed the only thing with it being a Squonker and those air holes, with the Athena, the air holes are right at the very top, and you basically can't over squonk it because the air holes are so high up that you probably you're never going to squeeze that much liquid into it. They're quite low down on the deck. There's been a few times I've squeezed it just a little bit too much and had a bit of liquid come out of the air holes. It's not the end of the world, and I've been using this for about 4 days now, 3 days. What are we on today? Monday. Yeah, 4 days. It's happened maybe twice, and now I'm into the sort of habit of knowing it's quite a sensitive bottle with the Athena. I did find sometimes I was really pressing that bottle to get the liquid out. It's one of those very soft, squidgy ones. It's not like a hardened plastic, so it's very sensitive. You don't really need to give it much force to get a good amount of liquid in there. flavour's great off this RDA. I say very airy draw, but the flavour is still there. It's quite a nice thing. I wouldn't be surprised to find some people closing that airflow off though. Even for me, I like a good airy draw, and that's still a little too airy. But it's fine, you know, the flavour's still there. You do have back panel like so. Nice little touch there. You can see the fire bar, the fire button connecting to the battery. You have a little bit here. Push battery. You push your bottle out if you wanted to. Push your battery out from the other side, because these are in. It's quite firm in there. You can turn it around, but I wouldn't recommend pulling it out. Like with the Athena I mentioned, you can slide the door in and push it. Doesn't work on this. You do have to take that back door off to push the battery out. That battery, 2700's relatively new. There's a couple of mods out there that's used them. You know, there's the Captain, the iJoy Captain, a few. This is the first mech. Let's get this door on the right way. First mech 2700 that I've had. When I've done some reading up into the batteries, it seems like these iJoys are the best ones to go for. 3000 milliamp battery, and on a mech you can build anything down to, they're rated for, they say 40 amps on the battery. Now if you guys are familiar with Mooch15, a redditor, great for battery information, has his own YouTube channel. I'll throw a link to it down below. If you ever have any issues with batteries, want more information on what batteries you should or shouldn't be using, there is no better guy than Mooch. He's a legend around Reddit. But he says that it's about a 30 amp rating. That's for as use in an e-cig. It means you can also build down to about 0.1, which you can't really do on an 18650 single 18650 mech. This 0.15, set of fuse Claptons. See, chucks the vapor, it's great. That's a battery that's dying a little bit. I've had this in here since, what time are we on now? 4:15, and it's been in there since about 9:30 this morning. So I'm getting a day out of it. And to be quite honest with you, I've just been sat around watching YouTube and playing a couple of games, and I've been vaping quite heavy today. It's my day off, so hey. Build quality. Now this comes a bit hand in hand. They're only 25 quid. A little bit more with your battery, but to buy as a kit, 25, you can sort of tell it's only 25 quid. The RDA is metal. The mod, for the most part, plastic, and it's a bit, yeah. I wouldn't say it feels cheap, but it doesn't feel. Yeah, it's a bit. It's just a bit plasticky, and I suppose you get that for the price. It's only 25 quid. And it's not, the build quality is there. Everything is, you know, all the fittings and everything feel, all the screws, everything feels flush. All the threads are nice and smooth. But it is plastic, and this battery is just a bit, do you know? But again, for 25 quid, you can't really knock it. There is quite a funky. This is the lock mechanism. You see that's open. Doesn't fire. Swing it back shut. Does fire. I quite like that. At first I didn't. I have to say, I was like, but I can't lock it from the outside. I like the Athena with the little slidey lock. But again, I mean, the other thing with this, the throw on the button, so far, I can't imagine you'd actually press the button by accident in your pocket or anything anyway, because I mean, it's a proper good throw on the button. Some people might not like that. Considering I'm coming from I've been using the Voopoo drag. Ooh, don't mention Voopoo in a Vandy Vape review. Yeah. That is like an instant. You press the button, it fires. There's not an awful lot of throw to the button. I know I mentioned the Druga in the Athena review, and I think I'd have to mention it here again. I still do prefer the button on that Druga. think I do. But I would have this over the Druga. I really would. Again, that bottle, the plastic feel, it's okay. It's not bad. If you want a nice £25 little mech squonker to get you into that rebuildable scene, or if you're in the... See, to me this as well, it's going to be something... I would throw this in my pocket thinking like I'm going out for a couple of hours. Like, I don't know, I'm going like, you know, down to a friend's for a bit, because it's so light. And I have noticed I've been using the Dead Rabbit on my Vupu, and because it's an RDA, you fill it, and I'd maybe take a few vapes and I put it in my pocket, or I put it in my hoodie or whatever, and it would tilt to the side like that, as it would in your pocket. You know, your phone does the same thing, whatever. And I'd get it out, and there would be liquid all over the air holes. Now that's probably me squirting a bit too much liquid in there, but it's an annoyance. This, because as you squeeze, I don't know if you'll be able to hear. Probably not going to do it now. There we go. All the liquid squirts in, and then as the air comes back through and the bottle re-expands, it pulls all the excess liquid in your RDA, so none comes out. So I can throw this around and not have to worry about it. Yeah, it's a great little bit of kit for 25 quid. I really am liking the way we're going with these 2700s. It's definitely better than an 18650. They seem to hit a bit harder. So as I say, that's a battery. I really need to go and charge this. The flavour I'm on, the Blueberg from the iHeart range, great in this. I'm into my menthols at the moment, and this Pulse RDA is giving really good flavour. I'm not sure if it's those little funnel, the little air hole type things. They are pointing right at the coils, and I think that does help in getting that air to the coil. And even though it's just off the deck, they're not that far from your mouth, so you do get all that flavour. I've not noticed any real spit back or anything like that off these. Again, it's quite nice as well. The top cap just comes right off like so. So you can, if you just need to check, you don't have to pull the full top cap off. You can just pull the very top bit. It's just little handy things like that I do like. Again, yeah, nice little lock mechanism. Everything's where it needs to be. The magnets, not the strongest. There's no rattle either, which is nice, but they're not the strongest. I mean, you can see them there. So you got one in each corner and then 3 holding the door in. They hold it in, you know, but they're not. I imagine if this is one of those, I haven't dropped it, but I imagine if you did drop it, the doors would just come flying off the side. Probably not the end of the world, but again, can't get over how big that throw is on the button. Other thing as well, it is a mech. As I said in the Athena review, you do sort of have to know what you're doing, not to put anyone off building in mech mods or RDAs or anything like that. But if you're on a regulated device, this will tell you if there's something wrong, if your battery's running flat, all that kind of stuff. This won't do that. It will just fire, and it'll keep firing. I do like that Blueberg. It will just keep firing, whether you've got a short or not. It just doesn't care. It'll just fire. I do like as well battery door for this, much bigger for the Squonker bottle. It kind of makes it look weird from the front, but I don't mind it. In terms of its actual looks, it looks okay, I think. It's quite a nice, stylish, And as someone, my PC down here has, I've got my acrylic window on a Corsair 750D case, if anyone's interested. My cable management, I like that I can see inside. It appeals to that like sort of PC gamerish. I mean, there's no RGB lighting anywhere, but I like that. I like that design. You can sort of see where it's going. I believe as well you can get panels for these. maybe maybe some marble effect ones if they ever make up with Vupu. But yeah, I believe there will be panels available, standard goon drip tips, like I said. It's a nice little squonker, and for the price, for 25 quid, I can't really think of much else on the market that's cheaper than that. Now, the problem is, I was going to recommend this straight up. I think if you're after a mech, then yes, definitely. The other thing is, they're making an 80 watt regulated version of this, which is where the whole Vupu, these guys falling out thing has come from. Because it was going to have an 80 watt version of the chip that comes in here, the Genie chip. Whether that happens now, I don't think it will. I don't really want to get into that whole argument, but I just don't think it will. I'd like to see where they're going, and I think in this day and age, I would recommend the regulated 80 watt one over this. That will be very dependent. If that comes out and it's like 60 quid, is it going to be worth that extra money for the sake of a regulated? I'd say maybe, but that's going to depend on who you are and if you want the regulation or if you prefer the mech mod. I'll always have a bit of a soft spot for mechs. I think it's just something, the way they are, the mechanical feel. I quite like it. So yeah, would I recommend it? Yes, but depends who you are. If you're after a regulated mod and you want something that looks like this, wait for the 80 watt regulated one. Review depending. If you're after a little mech mod that's light, doesn't break the bank in any way, shape or form. I mean, there's tanks that are more expensive than this full kit. Like a tank on its own is more expensive than this full kit. You just really can't knock that. It's the price just makes it basically a must buy, for me anyway. As I say, mech mods, always be careful, always know your builds, always know your battery safety. These 2700s are a bit different to your 18650s. That interchangeability of having a build on here, I've got a 0.15 dual fuse Clapton build in it, sorry, a dual flat Clapton in here, which means I can't use an 18650 in there really. Yeah, and go for the iJoy 2700s if you're going to do it as well. I think they are better batteries from what I've read up. Personally, I feel like I'm probably going to buy another one, maybe two of these, and have them charged in a battery case. It lasts a good while, but I like having that backup. I've got about 3 sets of 18650s in a plastic case that I keep in my bag that I carry around with me, because most of my mods are dual 18650 mods. Always charged, and I just rotate them around, and as one's done, charge them up. I can't do this with that at the moment because I've only got the one battery. That's me, it's not a deal breaker. Someone might have a couple of 2700s lying around or something, in which case, brilliant. The design's alright, the flavour's good, the RDA is good. I've not had any problems with it, I've not had any failures, it's not misfired, nothing. It's 25 quid and it's a fairly decent mod. I'd highly recommend it, yeah. As I say, £25 from the guys at Mersey Vapor, which is where I work. Thank you again for the employment, but this video has absolutely nothing to do with them. I paid for this with my own money. It's the way I'd like to keep doing my reviews, to be honest with you. I feel like I can give you a bit more of an impartial view if I've spent my own money on it. If it's free, might bias me a little bit, whereas this, I would recommend it, yeah. I'm happy I paid £25 for it, and I've been using it solidly now for a good few days, 3 or 4 days, as I say, and I think I will continue to start using it, and more, to be honest. Yeah, it's great. So, that's the review anyway. Again, thank you very much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for everyone that subbed and liked. There is a competition going on, again, with Mersey Vapor. You can win a goodie bag of all sorts of lovely vaping stuff. So all you have to do is follow the information. I'll put it all down below for you so you can follow it and I won't yammer on. I'd also like to wish James from the Kirby store, hi James, a happy birthday. I didn't show your face this time, but I'm not sure the internet's ready for it. So just happy birthday, mate. Hope you have a really good one, and I'll catch you guys in the next review.